Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I was going through comments and somebody brought up these pouches that I'm going to talk about today. First off, appreciate the support. I don't want to say that all the time, but I really do. Feel free to like and subscribe. Hit the old subscribe button. We got a lot of stuff coming. But thanks again ahead of time if you have not. I appreciate it. So, Lester, the comment, don't remember who it was. I've had a bunch of comments between here and the Instagram. I get a good many comments. So, I try to answer all of them. Unless you're just somebody being an ass, and then they can just be an ass by themselves. But they said Lester River Bushcraft makes a pouch that goes on a knife sheath. And this is them. He said they're about $27. I want to say that's about right. I haven't bought one in quite some time. But this is the OD green. My favorite one. But I got some of these. I want to say these may have been on sale or something. Was why I got the camouflage. I'm not a huge fan of camouflage, but I picked these up because I needed some. And these setups are, both of these are trackers right here. That dude wanted to buy this stick from me. I'm going to leave it right there. It's just going to keep increasing in value. But this one is actually empty. This is a kit that I recently put together. I think there's older video on this. It is the Cold Steel Bowie Bushman. So it's a it's the hollowed handle knife that can be turned into a spear with a fat wood plug and an eyelet on it, so you can secure this to your stick, and then the plug just goes back in there. And this is a like a $13 leather eBay sheath. I've shared it several times, and I think it's on back in some older videos. I'm talking about the Bushman knives, and I go over it. It's got a Wazoo ferro rod toggle, goon tape on the handle, a Lester River Bushcraft pouch, and like a Rothko shoulder sling. It's the same sling that I use on all of my X's. Rothko there. But these, it's the easiest one to show this on. The backs of these pouches are, they got some grommets in there and a shock cord that comes with them, as well as having two grommets in the top, near the top of the pouch itself. And these guys are, let's see, about 7 inches long and approximately 3 inches wide, and maybe 1.5 inches deep after you get them, maybe 2 inches tops deep after you get them loaded out. Sorry, this one is loaded here. To show you the thickness of it. And what I've done with it is I have went and I've poked holes in it in certain places and used zip ties to attach it to my big T1 tracker sheath that I wear in a baldric rig. So this wears across my body like this. And it has an old strap that come off of, matter of fact, I have this box. I'm not going to run and find it because people get mad. But I have a weird box that had this strap on it that I took off of it. And I don't know what the box was for. It was some sort of radio equipment or something, testing equipment, something for the military. It belonged to my Uncle Fred. And I got a bunch of his stuff when he passed away. And this is where it went. It just jobbed out perfect for this. And you can see I drilled holes through the sheath and the pouch and just zip tied that ring on there, and then this just went in the eyelet with a zip tie holding it on 3 corners. It's plenty strong enough for my tracker. And this is the one that I dyed the scales with black walnuts. It turned out pretty sweet. This thing's a monster. It's a lot of fun. If you've never used one, it's a totally different animal. It's really cool. It's got a little mold in here, but that's okay. Stuff gets moldy sometimes. That's all that's in here right now. So a couple different hanks of bank line, a lighter with some waxed hemp and some Gorilla Tape and a Ranger band, and a multi-tool that's got has a fold-out ferro rod. So it has a folding ferro rod, but also has a knife and a saw blade on it. Pretty neat. It's just a kind of a option for having some fire making materials in here. There's more stuff I need to put in there, but I just haven't carried this thing in a long time. I keep a few large safety pins just poked through it right there. And the other dude is this guy. It has a couple bits and pieces in it too. I would actually. Oh, this has got this was one of the trapper kits, so it's got snares in it. But it's just got some good snares in there. I need to go through and divvy these up in different places, but I put them in there for some reason. And you can just put a couple in some of these other pouches, but they'll hold a good bit of stuff. They're super tough. I don't know if it's 500 or 1000 D Cordura, but it's tough stuff. Like, and he's top shelf when it comes to his sewing abilities on his stuff. He makes awesome jackets and hoodies also, made right here in America. This is another one I have on I believe this is the T2 tracker. It's the stainless version. It's a lot of fun. I need to get these dudes out and play with them some more. I also carry it across in a baldric rig style. So this is the top. And I just pull it out of the bottom. It's got an old awl in there. It's one of my first awls right there. But she just slides up in there like that. And I got another one that I baldric that has a rubber chicken on it, but that's a whole another beast right there. But anyway, Lester River Bushcraft sheath pouch. I don't have nothing but good stuff to say about them. This one I have carried the most. It's actually like started to get soft compared to they'll be pretty crispy when you first get them, but after a while they'll soften up some. Made in America, good stuff. I believe his name is Jason that owns that company. Does a lot of cool stuff. But anyway, this was talked about in some comments, so I figured I'd just go ahead and throw one up in there for those that don't know. Again, appreciate the support, y'all. A lot of stuff coming down the line. Feel free to like, follow, subscribe. Check out our older stuff at Bushcraft Kelso on Instagram. Like I got a whole, we're well into into next year for knives of the month. So we'll have more knives of the month coming up. I got a video I need to do on this one. This was this month's knife of the month, and that's just where I take a knife and we run it for 30 days and just see how she does. More of a mileage discussion than a review. But there's a bunch of those in past years of them you can go back and check out. But we're going to have a T4 coming up for knife of the month soon. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Later.